Hey guys, this is Alec with my NFL Week 5 predictions. Now, last week I went 13-3, which brings my totals to 42 and 22. I also got my Game of the Week pick right, so I'm 4-0 on my Game of the Week picks. Now, let's get these Week 4 NFL games underway. First, Philadelphia and Buffalo. Buffalo right now, even though they lost last week, have been playing pretty well, rushing with Fred Jackson, and have been doing pretty decent passing. Because Philly is not doing good protecting against the run, I think Buffalo is going to get this win, furthering Philly's troubles. Next is Kansas City and Indianapolis. These are arguably two of the worst teams right now in the NFL. But I think that Matt Castle and Dwayne Bowe are going to be able to do a great duo and beat Indianapolis, giving Kansas City its second win. Next is Minnesota and Arizona. Minnesota doesn't have much of a passing game. Arizona has Larry Fitzgerald, and that's really about it for them. I just think that this is one that Arizona is going to win. That one I really don't have much of a reason, to be honest. Next is going to be a good game. Oh, sorry, that's a different pick. This game is just going to be a blowout. Giants in Seattle. The Giants have good rushing, and they also have pretty good passing, though it's inconsistent. But I can see this being a good passing game for the Giants, and they're going to beat Seattle. Next is my game of the week. This is the one that I said would be a good game. Tennessee and Pittsburgh. This one I have to give to Tennessee. Right now, they are allowing the least points per game than any team in the NFL. They are actually doing very, very well passing the ball, even without Kenny Britt, as Nate Washington has been a great target, actually getting more receptions than Kenny Britt before Kenny Britt was out. And Chris Johnson has been getting more carries, so if he starts to get back to where he was, it could be a big threat for Pittsburgh, who has not been doing well offensively. And they've been allowing more points than Tennessee. So it should be a great game, but I think Tennessee's going to come on top. Next is New Orleans and Carolina. This game is going to be interesting. Carolina has been playing pretty close with every team they've played. They're just not good enough to win, and I think that's going to stay the same against New Orleans. I think that with Marquise Colston going to be fully healthy for this game, all it will do is add another passing target for Drew Brees to help them beat Carolina. Next is Cincinnati and Jacksonville. Andy Dalton has been proving to be better than some would have thought for a quarterback. I think that with Jacksonville's mediocre defense and Cincinnati's recent play, that they will be able to edge out Jacksonville. Our next game is Houston and Oakland. Houston has Arian Foster back. Ben Tate's been playing very well, so they can split carries if necessary, which will really do damage on the run. Andre Jackson might be out, but they still have Jacoby Jones and a very good tight end in Owen Daniels. I can see Houston coming up on top on this one. Next is San Fran and Tampa Bay. San Fran has actually been doing pretty good. Tampa Bay, alright. I think that San Fran was able to use the run very well against Tampa, using Kendall Hunter and Frank Gore. And then with Vernon Davis at tight end, they can do necessary passing. And then I believe it's also Ted Ginn Jr. I do not remember the other good receiver they have. And don't say Braylon Edwards because he's injured right now. So, anyway, I can see San Fran coming up on top. Next is San Diego and Denver. I'm a San Diego fan, and even I can admit they have not been playing good. All their games have been too close. Their defense has been atrocious, and their offense is not where it should be. Denver is not a good team, though. I'm thinking this can be a game where San Diego fixes some things up and starts to get on the right track of playing good. Luckily, though, they've already won quite a few games, so that's going to help them in their division race. But San Diego will come up on top. Next is New England and the Jets. Even though New England's passing defense hasn't been the best, the Jets' passing offense hasn't been the best either. But that's going to leave the Jets with rushing the ball, which New England has been doing pretty good. And since New England has a better passing offense, in my opinion, than the Jets have a passing defense, I think New England will come up on top. Green Bay and Atlanta is the next game. I think Green Bay will win because Atlanta's been very inconsistent with passing. There are some games when they don't do good at all, and others where Julio Jones and Roddy White just go crazy. And the issue that I've seen right now for Atlanta is they've not been doing a good job balancing out their offense. That when they're passing a lot, well, not passing a lot, but passing well, they don't utilize the run in a good enough way. For example, I think it was Chicago that they only gave Turner 10 carries, even though he had 100 yards on those 10 carries. I mean, if you're averaging 10 yards a rush, you make sure you get the ball. You make sure your team is rushing because you're averaging a first down every run, which is really, really good. But because of the situation they were in, they were passing too much even though it wasn't working. So if Atlanta can utilize the run and passing game in a good enough way, then I can see them competing. But right now I think Green Bay will blow them out. Last game, Detroit and Chicago. Detroit's past 2 games have been comebacks, but nonetheless, they have won. Chicago is not nearly as good of a team as Dallas, and Detroit did beat Dallas. I can see Detroit beating Chicago in this game. Alright, guys, those are my picks, and I just realized my face is extremely close to the camera. Well, anyway, if you like the NFL, give this a thumbs up. If you haven't already, you can subscribe to my channel with the subscribe button to see more of my NFL picks and other videos I'm going to do in the future that aren't related to the NFL. So that is all I wanted to do. Yep. See you guys later.